What's going on here?
As I used to. I want to say this clearly and kindly.
I am not sure if I can, because the thing I like to do the most when I'm painting live, which is not easy to begin with, because I don't like when people watch me paint. I don't like it at all. But one thing I like to do is to be listening to a video, and I'm not sure if that's allowed. Another thing that I need to explain is my hand is still messed up from the plant poisoning that I had. Gosh, it's been a week or more on my face. You may have seen the video. I put a short showing my horrible face. Look like elephant woman. Anyway, my hand is still very affected. It's itching a lot. So that's what's going on with my hand, as you're gonna see me painting. And then what's the other thing I was gonna say is that oh, that I don't know how to do this. I detest filming, editing. I can't stand it. I was talking to a friend and she said that everyone hates it. That when people can afford, that's the first thing they assigned to someone else for someone else to do is editing videos. I can see that because it's hideous. If there's one thing that I never wanted to learn was to be a tech person and do stuff like that. So anyway, I don't know how to use tripod. I don't know how to film when I'm painting. So just bear with me. Many times I'm going to be doing something that's off the camera shot and I don't know how to fix it. You can see the tripod leg right there. So it's really good. Hi, someone is in here. Thank you. That's the first time I see someone coming in my live stream. How you doing? I'm not gonna be able to see too many comments when I start painting because the phone is higher up. So I hope I'll stay within frame here. I need more space to do this. So I'm gonna play a video that says everything I'd like to say. I'm not sure if that's allowed. I guess I'll find out.
Because it's a thought that's kind of keeps coming back to me. You don't owe the world your energy. Just think about that. You don't owe the world your energy.
Oh.
For many years, I gave my energy freely to my family, my work, my business, my home, my church, my, responsibilities. I helped. I carried things that needed carrying. And I don't regret that because it was for a different season. But seasons change. And this season feels different. My energy feels more precious now, not in a fearful way. I don't think I'm like it's draining out of me or anything. Just in a wise way that makes me a lot more aware of certain things that leave me drained and how other things quietly restore me. And these are ideas that I've had for, some time. And I don't feel like it's so much age. It's just a season of life because I want different things.
I have this plan. It's a very old plan, ongoing, to make space for working. And when I make a plan, I don't know how to explain this, but I used to feel a lot of shame about how long it takes me to do things until I spoke to a friend of mine who is about the same age as me. But I don't think it's an age thing. I think I've always been this way. Don't I don't know how to work fast. I don't like to work fast. The only time I remember running was when I was a kid. And these are some paintings I'm working on. I want to paint more cats just because they're popular. I haven't sold art in a long time, probably because I haven't painted in a long time. But I'm determined to change that. So I'm going to be doing more of these videos here on my channel. So back to the topic. It's been a long time of my plan to make space, and little bits at a time I'm working toward it. Not long ago I bought a table, and the reason I'm not using the table is because it's full of things. It's got books, it's got plants, um, food storage, my printer, all kinds of things on top of the table that I'm supposed to work on. But I don't have a place to put all that stuff that the table is holding, so I'm gonna have to work on that first before I can use the table. And the table is in a place that it's not conducive to working. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. And for that, I bought a, oh, by the way, I need to go on YouTube and see how this is being shown. If it's being shown vertically, horizontally. Let me see if I can see here. 9 people watching. Thank you guys. I find myself very boring, so I'm just gonna babble about different things.
9 people watching. Thank you guys.
Your art's really good. Thank you so much, Mackenzie, if you're still there. Oh, now I can see the chat from my computer. And, okay, so it's broadcasting the wrong way. Okay. So I'm painting sideways. Huh. I don't know how to fix it, guys, without making a mess. It would take a long time of fixing the tripod, so you're just gonna have to watch it this way, this time. It's kind of cool. I wish you could see my whole table, but then you can't see what I'm doing. Anyway, back to the talk about space. It's so hard. I mean, I've been dealing with this for so many years. Since I moved from the East Coast to the West Coast, I haven't had a place to work the way that I had before. I don't have a studio set up the way that I used to. Space has been extremely limited. And because I do things very slowly, I can't, and I have trouble deciding. So it's been a long time that I've been trying to figure out how to set up a studio and have more space to work. Because the only time in life that I was prolific is when I had a proper studio and everything that I have or had was out and about, so I could walk in the studio and see my art supplies. It used to be so much fun, so much fun. And so I was very prolific at the time. Very. I was making very good income from my art. Um, And I long for those days again. But the space is crucial. If I don't have the space to have all my stuff out, I'm not productive. It's not fun. When I have to open boxes to get all my stuff out, no thanks. It's too much work. If I have to do that every time, every day, and so I have to have dedicated places and a space for me to work. And I won't even tell you how long this has been a problem. It's been a problem for a long time. Anyway, when this friend told me that she also takes a long time to make decisions and to fix things that need to be fixed, I didn't feel so bad anymore. It is what it is. You are who you are. And there's no need to feel shame for being who you are. So what if it takes me long? That's what my life is for. Part of the fun is figuring it out. And it's not just fun, it's also frustrating. And so dealing with frustration is another thing that this does for me. I'm very self-conscious, painting while people are watching. I suppose I'll get used to it. The rain has begun again. This morning when we had a break in the rain, I took my dog out for a walk. And now it's gonna rain for days again. Days. It's gonna be a lot of fun when I have my place set up. It's gonna be amazing. I think I need to speed it up. So I bought a couple more things that I'm gonna need to empty the table where I'm supposed to be working. And one of the things is a shelf, like a metal shelving, which is going to allow me to take out a makeshift table that I have here that has a stove, has my water that I distill, my coffee grinder, and some food items storage. So this metal shelving that I have to put together, it's going to allow me to take this makeshift table out so that I make more space, so that I can move the bed that I have here, and I can make space around and on the table where I'm supposed to be working in the future. So that's the plan. Let me play more of the video. Let me know if you can hear well. She's talking about, the video title is You Don't Owe the World Your Energy Anymore. And it's from an artist. She's talking about how she's living the introverted life, which is exactly what I do.
Gotten rid of things in my life that I just go, okay,
living the introverted life, which is exactly what I do.
And for a long time, I think I believed that being useful was the same as being valuable. And that's really common for women. It's like, if I wasn't doing something for someone else, I should at least explain myself or justify why I needed rest. And if you feel guilty because you want to sit down and rest, or you want to watch TV in the afternoon, or you want to read a book at any time of day, or whatever, instead of being productive, well, you're my people. Hi, I'm Wendy. I turned 70 this year, and it's a great time in life. But things change. And I don't feel like I have to justify those things anymore. I don't feel like I need to say, and I'll be honest with you, I've had a hard time sort of getting over the guilt of just saying no to things. If there's something I just don't want to do I need a reason? Or can I just say, I don't want to? And a lot of those things are things that just cost a lot of energy. I've learned, though, that I don't have to prove my worth through busyness. I don't have to say yes because, well, just because I always have. And I don't have to fill my days to make them meaningful. Here's an example. Recently, someone in my church who has at least 10 times the energy I have. She's at least 10 or 15 years younger than I am, but she's one of those people that's wired all the time. She decided to put together a choir for some special event, I forget. And I've always sung. I'm actually a trained singer. And usually if there's something that comes along in church, I'm always there. I'm for it. This time I just didn't want to. So a few friends of mine said, aren't you singing? Aren't you singing with the group? And I'm like, no, not this time. And one friend said, why not? And I said, I just don't want to. And she was like, oh, okay. Almost like justification was necessary.
And you gave
But
it.
I think when I said that, she was like, oh, you know, I can do that too. I can not do things just because I don't want to. Why not? When I protect my energy, I actually make space for what really matters to me. Like quiet mornings, simple creativity, painting, time at home, just doing things around the house, prayer, reflection. I love the word reflection, actually. I'm going to stop right there for a moment. Because to me, that means sitting by a window and thinking, just taking the time without any guilt, without any pressure, to just sit by the window and watch the birds.
How about you walk outside?
Working with my hands or just being present in my own life. I'm not doing less because I'm giving up or anything. I'm doing less because I'm choosing differently. And as my husband says, you get to choose. And I have to remind myself of that when I feel sort of pressured by culture or by other people or whatever. He's always been really good at just not doing something if he doesn't want to. I'm learning that. But he often says, you get to choose. I'm like, right, I do get to choose. I get to be the one who chooses, not everybody else. I've also noticed that my life has become smaller in some ways. Fewer commitments, thank goodness. Fewer opinions that I listen to. Fewer places I feel I need to be. And surprisingly, it's more peaceful than ever. And I guess it's not too surprising, really.
No.
This smaller kind of life doesn't feel like a lesser life to me. It feels like a truer life, a more honest life, more honest to myself. The world will always ask for more. There will always be another invitation, another expectation.
No, sometimes
another
they stop.
reason I could stretch myself thinner, and I spent lots of years doing that, stretching myself thinner. Yeah, I could go into details, but I won't. But I don't feel obligated to respond to everything anymore. I'm allowed to step back. I'm allowed to stay home. I'm allowed to choose this gentle, quiet, peaceful life that really suits me. And I think there's a lot of you out there in the big world that feel the same. I know this, especially by the comments I've had on my other videos. There's a lot of us who are introverted, quiet people, and we don't need a lot of stuff to do, hullabaloo, and you know what I mean. These days, I want to spend my energy on what nourishes me. A peaceful home, a quiet occupation, like painting, which is my career, a walk, a cup of tea, a painting in progress, I love that, and time with God. These things may look small from the outside.
Okay, let me say something controversial here, but not to introverts. Today's Christmas Eve, and the place where I'm from, this is the big day, not tomorrow, but today. Tonight is when people after midnight they eat that late. Can you believe it? They eat like at 12 midnight, or that late at night, and people get together. And anyway, it's been so long that I haven't done these things that I even forget details. But I never liked celebrating any holidays, and I didn't know how to put this into words or into practice before. Just like the video is saying, I didn't think I was allowed to say this out loud, that I don't like holidays, that I don't do it. And then a few too many years ago, I announced to my family that I won't do holidays anymore. Don't wait for me to send cards, to call, even though sometimes I do try, because the pressure is so great. I do like Mother's Day and stuff like that, but I don't like doing it. Don't like doing it at all. So today, knowing that it's the big day in my country where I was born, which is Brazil, I was just checking my apps, communication apps, and I happened to see someone from my family doing what I consider to be harassment, because she contacted me in 2 apps at the same time. And her and I don't talk rare ever. So why is she contacting me today? For obligation? Is the obligation thing? And the part of me that doesn't like these things, I get annoyed. Am I allowed to say that? Yes. I get annoyed. It's like, if you want to know how I am, if you want to chat or whatever, wait until another regular day. Why are you doing it today? I don't want to talk today. Just because it's a commercial religious holiday, I don't want to. Don't contact me today. So I just answered real quickly and left, closed the app. And this is what I'm doing now. Introverts who understand this, anybody else, you probably just label me weird, which is okay with me. I have learned through the years that it's better to be weird than normal. Try to be normal for too long, it didn't work. It's a lot of, as the video says, a lot of energy involved. I don't have it. Okay. Where is the flash? Let me play the video some more. Later, if I go listen to this video, I'm gonna cringe, because I'm also very private. Most times I was thinking before doing this video, like, as I was listening to this lady speaking, I was thinking, man, people just like to talk so much. I think being quiet is so cool. So, I don't have a whole lot to say anymore. I've had before. And taken from my own experience, I have tried to watch videos of artists working where they talk the whole damn time, and it gets really annoying to me. So I like the quiet ones where you can just watch the person work. I don't need you to be talking the whole time, and I don't want to be talking the whole time. So right now I shut up. For a little while I'm not gonna play that video of the woman, but soon I might play it again. So here's when I'm trying to decide what to do with her tail. I think I'm gonna lay out some metallic color, and I do have this thing which is only metallic colors. They're not too strong, but I think I'm gonna do this one because it's gonna go well with all the blue, yellow, gold. So I'm just gonna put this down on the whole tail, and then later I'll do details with maybe ink. Hi, Austin. Merry Christmas to you too. I don't know if you posted that right after you heard me talking about how I don't do holidays or before. It doesn't matter. I don't mind. What are y'all doing today? Where are you from? Two people watching. Well, I'm one of them, so there's one person watching. And my face is still itching so much. I'm so annoyed at this thing. It's been so long. Doesn't go away. I'm talking about the plant poisoning. My neck, my chin, my hands, everything is still itching so much. Ah, I guess it's gonna take what the website says up to 14 days. That's a long time. Okay, now at this point, I'm gonna do everything else with color pencils and ink, but it's not gonna be right now with you watching. This says, I love so much being in my own home. I hear no human speech unless I talk, and I seldomly talk only when necessary to correct an unruly animal friend. And the bird says to her, okay, queen. Ah, okay. I have to confess that I have to practice drawing cats. I guess I don't watch cats enough to remember what their bodies do when they sit down. But it's not like I'm wanting to paint anything realistic anyway. In fact, I want to do the opposite. But they say for you to veer away from realism, you first need to try to do realism. So, not everything people say is true. It has been so windy here. So windy. I hate the wind because I'm scared of it. But luckily this time it didn't cause any damage. Not even my tarp that I just bought was damaged. So, but it was scary. The night before I was up all night because I was scared of the wind. One time I had a tree fall on top of my house. And there's another tree there's 3 trees that hang above my house. And so when it's very windy, I get concerned. Not that staying up is gonna help anything at all, but the thought of myself going to sleep and then waking up to something like that. So I stayed up until I think it was past 5. I never do that because I'm not a spring chicken anymore. Sleep makes a huge difference when you're older. So
And that's okay. But they feel full from the inside. So when you think about what looks small from the outside, it's from someone else's perspective. And I have to ask myself, is this a perspective that I value? Is it one whose opinions I think are important to me? That perspective of hustle and productivity and do more and get more done, and we're having this big event, so you should be part of it. All those things that people put on. And honestly, I think a lot of them are extroverts and they love those big gang things. But we quiet people generally find those things, well, they can be fun in the short term or kind of sprinkled here and there, can be really exhausting. And if you commit to something that's going to go on, then sometimes it's like you have to bail to save yourself from the emotional and physical drain. I'll give you an example. This is December, so there's been party and party and party. And a lot of them have been potluck events. And I'm not a big fan of potluck. If I go out for dinner, I want to just go out for dinner and not have to take my dinner with me. It's a lot easier. I'm going to make dinner. I'd rather eat it at home. But one of these events happens every couple of weeks with a group that I'm part of. And always requires potluck stuff. And it was canceled this week. And I was so glad because
I don't even join groups.
Oh, good. I don't have to do another potluck, even though, I love getting together with these people. The month is busy enough. I don't need more things to do. And I want to be able to enjoy my Christmas tree lights and wrap my gifts for my family at my leisure and just enjoy those kind of slow things because I want to. I think this season of life isn't about shrinking away from the world. I think it's about living at the right size and speed and attitude and what
Mindy,
is
I'm busy.
comfortable. So if you're in a place
I'm busy right
where
now.
your energy feels limited and you're choosing to be careful with it, I don't think there's something you need to apologize for. I think it's wisdom. And just a few words about wisdom. When I think about wisdom now, it feels very different from when I was younger. I used to think wisdom was about knowing more.
That's right.
Turns
No,
out that's knowledge. Also, having more answers,
you got it.
figuring things out,
Mm-hmm.
learning how to do things better or faster. But as I've grown older, I've realized that wisdom often looks like less, not more. Less urgency, less proving, less explaining.
Thank you all. Merry Christmas to you all. See you next time.